for the tech to catch up. That wasn't even a loop, that was me saying it twice. Because that's how long the tech is taking to catch up. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I don't think I got my link. Anyway, okay. It decided to shrink. Okay, so let's see. Going out on the tube. For the tech to catch up. Brilliant, that's working. Okay, so you can comment on YouTube or on Facebook. I will try and check them both. Just trying to find out where Facebook has gone. That doesn't say. Oh, it's because I haven't taken the pin off the top. That's why. Sorry. Okay, unpin from top. Right, let's have the live one going out at the top rather than hiding from me. Yeah, and if you want to catch it on YouTube instead, just the comments are certainly better for me on YouTube, then be my geese, or guest, I should say. Right, let me pin the, I'll behave, let me pin the live one to the top. Okay. Okay, and let me just check that one's coming up. So a little bit late start, and of course 4 minutes of tech nonsense. But the only option for that is for me to start 4 minutes earlier, and then even so, the live stream will have the 4 minutes of nonsense on it. So it will only be no nonsense if you tune in on the dot, which you should, I guess. But I guess I should start earlier. Anyway, what are we doing? I need to hit the start button. YouTube instead. The comments are certainly better for me on. Great. It will only be no nonsense. Brilliant. Okay, I think that stopped. Can't tell. Okay, anyway, welcome. Welcome to the show. I wonder if I'm getting over there. Brilliant. I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. Right, okay, so welcome to tonight's show. So a little bit late. My voice is a little bit groggy. My chest hurts. I kind of know what they mean when they say it feels like glass shards in your lungs. So there we are. But anyway, let's see what happens. And if I lose my voice during the show. Anyway, welcome to The Real You, number 11. Can you believe it? We've done 11 of these. And this one's about the shift in you. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be deep or heavy or useless, depending on whether my brain decides to work or not. So what do we mean by the shift in you? Okay, what do we mean by that? So yeah, things are changing, and they will get back to kind of normal, but maybe not completely normal, and we don't know exactly when. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, as I say, this opportunity has given us time to work out what we think about stuff, and it's given many of us the opportunity to work out what life without work is like. And I guess on the other side of that is what life at home more means. Okay? And either of those could be a wake-up call. Maybe both of them are a wake-up call. And that's because of who we are. Okay, isn't that weird? But that's because of who we are. So what do I mean by that? So the thing about going to work basically is to put it bluntly, we have something to do. So even if it's not the best job in the world, we have something to do. Okay, and also, what color are we going to make that? Drum roll, please. Let's do. Well, it's not really green, is it? Anyway, let's do a light blue. There we are. It gives us something to do, and that gives us purpose. Even if it's a mundane job, we're still doing it. Okay, and and the there is comfort in we're not even routine, but in repetitive actions. It does release chemicals in the brain. It's like dancing. Dancing's very good for you. I suggest you dance more, and I really mean that. Not using that flippantly. I mean dance more. I'm even going to write it down so you know that I'm not joking. I dance more, honestly. Like nobody's looking, and hopefully nobody will be looking. So, you can be completely free. Clothes optional, if you like, if nobody's looking. But, even if they are, just dance more. Maybe put the clothes on there. But it's really good for you because it releases these chemicals in your brain that make you feel happy. And I can't spell repetitive either, apparently. Repet. Active. There we are. Okay. So it gives something to do. I still can't spell repetitive. You'd think I could spell repetitive. Okay. It's an opportunity for me to learn spelling. Isn't that great? Anyway, it gives something to do. And also we do get, the camaraderie, possibly the respect, or at least acknowledgement, ideally. I can't even spell camaraderie either. That's one M. I think that might be American. I'm going to leave it 2 M's because I'm British. 2 M's in camaraderie because we're British. I may be wrong there. But we get camaraderie and or at least acknowledgement that that we're there, and to some small extent, we're making a difference. It may not be much, but if we don't put the egg in the basket, then no eggs are going to get delivered. It's as simple as that. Okay, everybody plays their part. Every part is important. Oh heavens, what's the name of me? Difference. There we go. And make a difference. And what else is important there? I mean loosely. To some extent, we're growing. We're being creative, and at least we're kind of exploring, even though we've been there before, and we're achieving something. Okay, they're all a bit loose, to be honest, but they're kind of happening. Okay, and then obviously, it pays the rent, puts food on the table. But with the government care package and everything, and the future way the economy is probably going to go, that may not be so much of an issue in the future. How that's maintained, I couldn't tell you. I can't imagine. But going to work to earn money may not be a bigger deal because we're seeing that things can still happen even if we're not. And then in terms of social life and being at home, we probably realise that home is great in small installments. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just the truth. And also we all need our own space. Okay, at some point, it's good to be together. Together is great. Other times, okay. So I mean, it's great when we're together, but we all need some, solo space, own time. Just a time when we can, kind of chill and relax our mind and not be, at the demands of other people. It's not about being selfish. It's about surviving, to be honest. So when we're at home 24/7, obviously that's a bit of a culture shock. And people can get irritable and arguments and and all that kind of stuff, and there's not a lot of room to spread out. And if you do spread out, people will complain because you're not being with them, etc., etc., etc. And normally in life, or in relationships, I say, we can get away with, if we're lucky, we can get away with quality time. But the trouble is when we're, social distancing together, if that sounds like a contradiction in words, then, quality time, it doesn't exist. It's all the time. And all the time is a strain on anybody, everybody. And also, you haven't got, the other big thing, about this really is we haven't got, different experiences to talk about. Okay, because you weren't somewhere else at work, and they weren't at home doing something else or at their job or whatever it is they're doing. So everybody's experience is kind of the same, and that's an issue. And unless we're proactive, unless we, and we should be. I mean, this is what we should be aiming to do. Although I know it's hard, I'm not saying anything ever is easy, but we should be making. Proactively creating, joint, team experiences. By team I mean family or friends or flatmates or whatever it is whatever situation you're in. So that's what we should be doing. If we were creating joint experiences, if we were growing together and experiencing together, and then we could discuss that together, then we wouldn't need differences. We'd be working on our I'll just put similarities for the moment. It's not the word I mean, but something like that. So that's what we should be doing. But we're all fairly, we're not used to doing that. Some of us won't be good at doing that. Depending on who you're with, it may not even be possible. It's very hard to find common ground where you do that. But that, in an ideal world, that's what we would be doing. Together. If you're an astronaut stuck on a spaceship, well, not stuck on a spaceship. If you're an astronaut on a spaceship, with your teammates, then you have to find a way, to build, a proper connection with each other, because you're going to be in space together for many months. So you've got to find a way of growing together and being together, and still finding stuff to talk about and all that. And again, you're in a similar space, where you're doing the same things, so you haven't got a lot to talk about, but you have got your history. I suppose you can talk about history. So that's something we could also talk about. Previous experiences we haven't discussed together. But it's like we're in. It's like we're in, a space capsule. We're all stuck in our own team space capsules. And, we've got to find a way, to work together. Okay. So, and that brings us to the point of the show. So this is what we're, fighting with at the moment, with lack of work and extreme home life. Okay, and if it's blissful for you, I'm super pleased. So this is only for the people who are not having a super blissful time. So hang on, what are we doing? yeah, so so this is about how to cope with these extremes, and it's like we're stuck in our own team space capsules. And by the way, dance more. I mean that. Um, so, but that basically comes down to um, you, okay, and so if you think about it, if you let me just take a square, emotionally. Okay, so let me put this situation to you. If you get angry, why is that? Is that because um, something something made you angry, or someone made you angry, and obviously they have. But what I mean is, um, are they holding the chemicals in your brain to ransom, and are they turning on the angry tap, or is the angry tap, really you, only you, you and I are responsible for our own angry taps. Nobody. I mean, people can do things to make us angry, and maybe we should get angry when they do those things, but it's up to us, um, to how we react as to whether we allow them, whether we allow them to make us angry. Okay? You probably get where I'm going with this already. And, again, if we get, if we, what am I doing there? If we cry or we're depressed or anything like that, again, is somebody controlling our, chemicals in our brain, or, are we, is it down to our reaction, and are we allowing them that control? Okay, because I mean, if they physically hurt you, then maybe your body, is going to cry on an auto reaction. But I mean, if somebody just says something to you or does something, not to you, but just does something, it's up to how we react to decide how we react. Do we cry? Do we get depressed? Do we get angry? Does it make us happy? Do we smile? Again, I can't flip a switch in your brain and release happy chemicals. I can only do things which I hope will entertain you and make you feel happy. But again, it's up to you, how you feel. We're in control of our own emotions. I'll just put that in before I write that, because I'm going to forget. Okay, so you probably see where we're going this. Okay, so I mean, you've heard of people who go to anger management classes and stuff like that. Okay, so obviously they think, these professional people who run these, think that we can learn to control our emotions. Okay, or in other words, our reactions. Okay, and the way we feel is really, what am I going to say then? It's really how we choose, to react. I was going to say something different than it. It was good, but it's gone out of my head. But that was basically kind of it. So feelings basically are how we choose, to react. But nobody can control our feelings. They can do things to affect our feelings, but we're in control of the chemicals in our head, and we can choose how we react. Okay, and what was the other one? Or we might just be curious and seek understanding. Why are they doing that? What did they mean by that? So before we react, we try and work out the context of what they were, of what the situation, is supposed to be. Okay, and standing context. Okay, so we could wait, we could pause to react until we understand really what's going on. Anyway, so hopefully you agree with that. Let me just see if you kind of do agree with that. Because I didn't put. Live please during or after the live stream. I think I've done the right one. Yeah, it's on the live one. So you can just comment or whatever below that, and let me just check YouTube. Do you think you can control your reactions and hence your emotions? Okay, so we, basically, it's on Facebook instead. I think I can get rid of that now. So basically I'm just saying we have to allow people to affect reactions and feelings. Okay, so I hope you understand, so as I say, I can do things which maybe should make you angry, but the point is whether you choose to be angry or not, or whether you forgive me, or whether excuse me, or whether you don't react, or whether you take it as positive criticism, or whatever, or you keep your cool and you react sarcastically to secretly, get one back on me or whatever. That's your choice. That's our choice. That's my choice. It's your choice. It's how we choose to react. Okay, people can't control your reactions. Okay, they can do things which are likely to cause reactions, but they can't actually control our reactions. I'm talking mentally here, not physically. So I'm blowing my nose on there. That's not good, is it? Anyway, okay. But so that's the bottom line. And I know it's natural and easy, to just to react back in in autopilot and to lash back. Basically, we're very good at. Let me just put this in the thing. Okay, so basically it's easy to lash back, instantly. Okay, so we do have to pause. Okay, the only way we can control our reactions is to pause and to think, what is the context of this? How do I choose to react? Okay, and then how you choose to react is then, how do you then choose? How do you then feel? Okay, but people can't control our reactions. They can do things to cause reactions, but it's up to us to keep control, or rather not give them control, in how we react. Okay, and then that's how we feel. But it's easy to lash back. That's our primal instinct. Okay, but we're supposed to be more than angry, hungry animals. We're supposed to be civilized, in theory. So, in theory, we can pause and choose how we decide, to react. And so this brings us neatly to, what we're talking about, which is the shift in you. Okay, so, as I say, we're stuck in this space capsule with our team. Okay, in outer space, and we're going to be there for several months. So are we going to kill each other? At the slightest wrong thing that's said? Are we going to die of boredom because we've got nothing new to say to each other because we're sharing experiences, we've got no new experiences? Or basically, are we going to choose, how we react? Okay, which is actually that one. Okay, so, and as I say, I'm not saying it's easy. I've never said anything that I'm talking about is easy. I'm sure nothing I'm talking about is easy, to be honest. But that's the point. We have to, step up and kind of, work that out. Okay, so in theory, we are in control of our reactions. Okay, but it gets better than that. That's the good news. So, our reactions are really, I probably should have put these the other way around. Anyway, are a result of our expectations. Okay, and we're expecting people to to do what we want. I hope that makes sense. Um, okay? And the bottom line is that they probably don't. Again, we can either get over that, or we can react badly to that. But, if we do something that we're proud of, we expect people to be proud, with us. If something good happens to us, we expect people to be, pleased for us, not envious, and not find loopholes in it. If we spend hours doing something, we expect people to, honor that effort, acknowledge that effort. And if we do something nice for somebody, we expect them to, acknowledge and be grateful that we even bothered. And maybe they didn't want it, or maybe it doesn't mean as much to them as it meant to us, or as much as we thought it would mean to them. Maybe we catch them in a bad moment, and they don't really understand what you've done for them, but they're not appreciative, and we think we do this instant lashback thing, and we think F you, I won't bother again. Okay, and that's all. That's that's I think that's a very natural reaction. It's certainly my reaction to most things. I'm very trigger happy, I guess, in lashing back. Okay, because it's the easiest thing to do, and honestly, in these situations, you feel hurt. Okay, and and when you feel hurt, the immediate thing is to hit back. Okay, and that's what we do, emotionally with words. With disappointment, when somebody disappoints us with their reaction, our reaction is to lash back, it's to hit back, and say something to make them feel shitty, basically. We're trying to even the score kind of thing. I mean, it shouldn't be like that with people that we love and care about. But, I think it's a very natural reaction that if somebody hurts us or disappoints us, we want to, makes us feel small, or, minimizes, or, picks holes in stuff. And, normally, people don't do it. People don't mean it. They don't know that they're doing it. They're not thinking. People don't think. Basically everybody wants to be, the center of attention. Everybody wants to make difference. So if you do something great, they want to pick holes in it because it makes them feel or look important in their eyes. Whereas what they're really doing is they're hurting us by taking away our second of glory, by overriding it with their second of glory. And again, it's very natural. I think we all do it. I know I do it. I try not to. very much. Try not to. But it's hard because it is the easy primal instinct. It's like being hit, physically hit, and physically hit back. And unfortunately, but emotions are much more scarring than that. Emotions are, for lifetime, really. If somebody says something bad to you, once in your life, that can be with you, forever. There are people in therapy, for decades because of one thing somebody said to them at one time, and they may not have even meant it, but you take it to heart. It becomes part of your, it becomes part of your code, your operating system code, and and it's very hard to forget things like that. Very hard to forget things like that. And as I say, that's why we end up in therapy and being scarred for life. So words and words cause emotions, and those emotions can last a lifetime. And it would be great, wouldn't it? If only we thought before we spoke, but we don't. My experience is that people don't. And they don't even think that what they've said has impacted us. They don't have no idea, that they're causing these lifelong scars. But there we go. And they can be quite. I was pausing there because I was thinking of Karen Carpenter, who became dyslexic. Then that's not the right word. The eating disorder, where you don't eat, which I've forgotten the name of. And she died of that in the end because she weakened her heart so much. And that came about from an innocent thing, because it wasn't that they said you're fat. It's just that when she was slimmer, they would adore her and make a fuss of her and appreciate her. And when she wasn't thin, she didn't get that reaction. So she thought the only way, basically, subconsciously, she thought the only way that people would love her was if she was super thin, anorexic. There we go. So so she became anorexic because that's how she thought. Would make people love her more. Okay, but it wasn't because they said she was fat. They weren't being mean and spiteful and going "you fatty" or anything like that. They were just. It was just a kind of a natural, thing, which they didn't, understand the consequences of. But she was young, impressionable, whatever, and that's what happened. Well, that's certainly my, understanding from the movie about her life. And it's sad, but as I say, we don't think before we talk. We don't think our words have lifetime scars, but they do. And it's very difficult, isn't it? It's very difficult. But people do things all the time when they don't mean it. Though obviously there's a handful, but it's a minute handful, of people who are deliberately evil, or mean it, and it's under 1/10%. Okay, but we meet a lot of people in our lives, so we might meet some of these people, but most people, the majority, 99.999%, okay, or 99.9% anyway, don't mean it. They just do it without thinking. Okay, and when we have to learn that, and kind of respect that they don't mean it. And I know that means that we have to be the bigger person, and we have to go the bigger mile. Okay, we have to be the bigger person and go the extra mile. and make allowances, and people aren't, doing that, for us. So it's one-sided, and honestly, that's really hard. It's really hard to do. But we have to kind of, train ourselves to do that, because if we don't, then we let people hurt us, and they may not even mean to. Unless they're one of these 0.1% of the people, they don't even mean to hurt us, but they're just hurting us. But we only allow them to hurt us if we don't do this. Okay, if we don't, step up, basically. Don't allow people to hurt us. And as I say, it's unintentional on most people's part. Okay, they don't even know that they're doing it. Okay, but that's the thing. There we go. So, and again, that's about controlling our reactions, but it's really controlling our actions by, understanding and context. Okay, so we actually almost have to become smarter to work out how to deal with people who unintentionally, and don't forget that, they're doing it unintentionally, hurt us. Now, obviously, there are some people who intentionally hurt us, and that's a different thing. But it's still the same answer. We have to be the bigger person and do that. But ultimately, and again, this is the big kind of takeaway, is we don't allow people to control our emotions. Now, obviously, if they're doing it unintentionally, that's one thing, and we can forgive them, okay, because it's unintentional. Or maybe, I think we should forgive them because they don't know they're doing it. So, they don't know any better. Honestly, they don't know any better. But the people who do it intentionally, to try and manipulate us or, control us or, because they're evil, whatever it is, again, we do the same thing. We don't allow them to control us, but, maybe we don't, forgive them. And what we want to really do is we want to distance ourselves from them. And if we can't do it, physically, we can do it emotionally, and and just become, basically have an emotional brick wall, okay, where we just don't care. Okay, they can say what they like, we just don't care because their opinion does not matter to us. Okay, so hopefully you're starting to see, where I'm going with it. So, the shift in you, particularly when we're inside this little spacecraft with our team for several months, where things are going to get edgy because it's not normal. We haven't got the distance of work and the experiences of work and the different experiences to talk about, and then we're closely knit where we can't really have the solo time, and what would usually be a third of our life together is now 100% of our lives together. It's going to get fraught unless you shift. Okay, you become the bigger person. You don't let it affect you. You don't let people give control. You don't care what people think who are trying to manipulate you and be bad, towards you. Okay, we just don't care because they're not important. They really are not important. Okay, they can do what they like. We don't care. I'll leave the lashback one in there because, it's easy to lash back. It's normal. But we need to try and stop doing that. Okay, so the shift in you, as I say, is about you being the bigger person and learning to control how you react. Okay, how you react. Let me just change the color around that. because I used the wrong button. There we are. That's a horrible combination of colours, but never mind. Okay, and then let's move it on to the next bit. And this is, another paramount thing, really, I think. And that's about self-value. Okay, and this is easy to say, and you might not believe me, or you might not want to believe me, or whatever. But a lot of the problems with letting people control us, or influence our emotions, is because we don't have self-value, and we don't have purpose. Okay, I call that self-purpose. Because if we have self-purpose and we know we're doing the right thing, we're not going to let anybody stop us doing the right thing. Okay, and I mean doing the right thing for us, that meets our own internal values, all that kind of stuff. Okay, and if we had self-value, if our own opinion was the most important, to us, okay, then we wouldn't let other people control us, certainly as much. And that's the point. That's the big problem I see, and that's the big, experience that I've, had myself, is that I let other people's opinion override mine. Okay, let me put that in there. I let other people's opinions override mine. Okay, and I did that naturally because these people, were supposed to, love me and care for me and, care about me, all that sort of thing. And they were my, peers. They were my authority figures. The people I looked up to, they were my heroes. Okay, so when your hero tells you, that you're wrong or that you're shit, okay, it's easy to let that override, your self-worth, okay, and your, and purpose. So, you're doing it, because it really matters to you, and then somebody tells you that it doesn't matter, or it's shit, or that you're shit at it. So I'm saying a lot of shits today. It's easy to, to let it override. I spelled that wrong. No, 2 R's. Okay, sorry. Override your self-worth and opinion. Okay, and then, basically, we let people, or no, let's say others, we let others control our emotions and reactions. Okay, now you can see now, the loop that's going on here. Okay, when we empower other people to, to control, our core values and that kind of thing, that's the issue. Okay? But it's easy to do when these people are supposed to be your heroes. They're supposed to be the people who care for you the most. And a lot of people who, again, they're not doing it deliberately. Okay? They usually do it, because they want you to stay safe. The trouble is, in their own belief system, safe equals doing nothing, taking no risks at all. Okay, that's their, method. That's their guide. That's their level. Okay, and and so you don't want your kids to do anything, that's risky. You don't want to do any sport or anything that puts them in danger. Okay, because your immediate reaction is, I need to protect them by removing them from the danger. But the point is, if they're a sportsman and they're practicing their sport, or their hobby or whatever it is, then, they're doing it because, that's what they believe. Now, I'm sure, there will be some occasions where things are too risky and it's just not common sense and it's experimental and it literally is dangerous. Okay, but if they want to, do gymnastics, and risk falling off and breaking limbs and everything, because they one time they do the roll or the swing or the landing, wrong, or they get their corner, accidents happen, basically. So, but there's a big difference between protecting them from something that's dangerous and protecting them from accidents. Okay, and if it's literally dangerous, then hopefully other people other than you, also, understand that it's not going to, so jumping off of a cliff into unknown depths of water is generally a really bad idea. Okay, it's a really dangerous idea. Okay, jumping off, of a known, swimming board, whatever that's called, jumping board, into a known depth of water that other people have done, and it's basically considered safe. That's not dangerous. I mean, they could hurt themselves if they do it badly, but that's more like the accident. So protecting people from dangerous versus removing the chance of accidents. Okay, is a different thing, and then we all particularly children, we all tend to react in the way that we want to remove them from accidents. We want to remove all accidents. We want to remove all sharp objects. Okay, that's our natural primal parental instinct. Okay, and obviously that suffocates our children's ambitions and courage and spirit of adventure and journey and exploring and all that kind of stuff. And and that's not so good. So I'm not saying this is easy. It's very hard to know where to draw the line. But basically we need to be in a position where we can trust other people's decisions. Okay, if they don't know something, that makes it actually dangerous, then we need to point that out. But otherwise, generally, we need to be able to be in a position where we can trust their decisions. Okay, and there's always a danger of accidents, but most things may not be dangerous. I mean, I'm making some big assumptions there, but assuming you're not in the jungle walking next to hungry tigers, then we tend not to be in mortal danger most of the time. When we're in a civilized society. Okay, there's always a risk, there's always a danger, there's always the possibility, there's always the chance of having accidents, but accidents are what they are. They're a rare occurrence. Usually when we lose focus, and we usually lose focus because other people are telling us that it's dangerous or to take care. So we turn around and go, what? And then we trip over the pavement and fall under a bus. Okay, whereas if they hadn't distracted us, then that wouldn't have happened. You get my point anyway. That's probably a bit too morbid, vivid, whatever, but anyway, that's the point. So but as I say, letting other people impact on our self-value and self-purpose, that's a big danger to ourselves. Okay, And the only the only protection to that is, we can't stop other people trying to protect us, or hurt us. But all we can do is to make sure that our own self-value, from our own core values and our own purpose as to why we think it's important, are our guide. They're the overriding permission. Okay, we don't need permission from other people, to decide what we believe are our self values and self purpose. People who go to war, soldiers who go to war to die for their country, that's flipping dangerous. Okay, and anyone who loved them would not want them to do that. Okay, but their self purpose is that they believe that they need to protect their country and their loved ones, and obviously they're not going deliberately to die, but they're prepared to fight and with the possibility of dying because of what they believe. Okay, so beliefs are very, very important, and we don't want to have a war, to work out what's important to us and what we need, to achieve. Luckily at the moment we're in, basically a situation of peacetime. And, the war, if you like, is our own journey of joy. Okay. And we need to, follow our journey of joy without letting other people, or without giving other people the control to control the power to control our emotions, and let them override our self-value and our self-purpose. Okay. So that always needs to be, the strongest guiding light. And that's the biggest shift, really, in you, that you need, either to keep going or, to increase, or if you've never done it before, to start doing. Okay. And particularly, this situation, this opportunity, is putting, pressure and demands on you, and you need these two tools, basically these two mental tools, self-value and self-purpose, to win your own private war. Okay, and and that comes with, but the problem with this is that you now need to have these two things, and maybe you've never thought about that before. Maybe it's new and you need to work out, what these are. Actually, I believe that. Yeah. Okay, so maybe you need, maybe this is new and you need to get this done. Okay, and that's difficult. Again, I'm not saying it's easy, and also it can be very hard, if it doesn't come immediately, and you can get really, frustrated with yourself and cross with yourself, and think that you're worthless and all sorts of things, but you can't even think what your self-value and your self-purpose is. Okay, but as we said on some of the other shows, this situation, this opportunity should make you, be thinking, what really matters to me. Okay. And you've got time. Okay, there's no deadline on this. There's no schedule on this. It's not, you've got to have it, done by tomorrow or anything like that. But you do need to be thinking about it and working towards it and trying to work that out. And also don't forget that, nothing is for life, and it's not a question of which, but what order. Okay, they're things we've covered in other shows, but they're super important, and they're very applicable to what we're saying here. Okay, now what's that last one? Yeah, okay, let's just do that one. The other important thing, again, I know it doesn't seem fair, but you're going to be a lot happier, if you can, and that's being the bigger person, okay, and stepping up, and and going the extra mile and being forgiving, okay, and they're all things that you shouldn't have to do. If you want to be happier and not be controlled and impacted so much by what other people think and do, and to not let them override your core values and all that sort of stuff, you need to do this. And and a major part of that is that you get what you give. Okay, and so you want to be a giver. So if you want people to be nice to you, you need to be nice to them first. Okay, and some people will still not be nice to you, and you have to not let that affect you and continue to be nice to them. Okay, it's almost biblical, isn't it? But we need to give out what we want to receive. So if you want people to be positive and helpful to you, then that's what you give out. And if you don't get it back, then that's fine. You can just emotionally distance yourself from these people, not let them, affect you, not let them be important to you, and carry on being a giver, to every other person, that you meet, every other new person that you meet, or the people who do give you back, do give back. Okay, and that's a big shift in itself. Okay, it's a huge, it's a huge shift, and it's a huge ask. Okay, but I'm not asking you, to do it. This is for yourself. Okay, this is you asking yourself. Because if you want to be happy, then you need to, control, basically your own expectations. Right? And you need to put stuff in the context. And you need to decide, your reaction. Okay, and all those things, as I say, will basically be a lot easier to do if you can step up and be the bigger person, and to give what you want to get, give out what you want to get. And and as I say, it's a huge shift in you. It's something most of us don't want to do. I don't know about you, but I've never been told or taught to do that. I just had to kind of discover it and work it out on my own, and it, and it had to come from being the bigger person, to start with, really, because to even understand that you need to be the bigger person, means that you understand that you need to be the bigger person. And as I say, the easiest reaction is to lash back. Okay, is to lash out or hit back. And that's really what we want to, easy to lash back. And that's definitely what we want to try and avoid, particularly in these close, space capsule situations with, team members, aka family and friends or flatmates or whatever it is. That's definitely, what we need to strive to avoid. Okay, and we avoid that by, as I say, having these bigger principles. Okay, to make these our core values, and go, I'm going to give what I get. I'm sorry, I'm going to give what I want to get, and if I don't get it back, I'm just going to distance myself from those people and move on to other people, who will. Okay, because there will be, and and as I say, I said in one of the other shows, we all have our, 20% of fans, and 80% of haters. I don't want to freak you out by saying haters, but I kind of mean haters. And they won't like what they won't like us or what we do, no matter what we do. Okay, it's not something you've done or somebody else that you need to become or anything like that. It's just it's just life. as I say, we could go into all sorts of, woo-woo descriptions about, aura resonance and stuff like that. But, basically it's just a fact that, some people will like us and some people won't. Some people will fall in love with us, some people won't. And you can either spend your entire life worrying about the people who are not ever, no matter what you do, going to fall in love with you, or you can worry about finding and being there for the people who do love you or will love you. Okay? And, in those choices, I think the choice is pretty easy. Okay? We want to spend the time, looking for people who will love us or do love us. Okay? And not worry about all the people who don't. Okay, and there will be more people who don't love us than who do love us. It's weird, I know, but it's just, the fact. But you can look at any YouTube video and it can have, 1 million likes, and there'll always be a couple of hundred, dislikes. Okay, it's just the way it is. Somebody will always not like it, and and the reality is that most people don't like it so much that they won't even have seen it. So, we can argue about the proportions, but, I actually think it's less than 20%. But, whatever. But, but we need to go through life finding the people who like us and who we can help, and not worry about the other people. We don't need to, we don't need to hate them or anything. We just need to distance ourselves emotionally and just concern ourselves with the people who we can help and who will love us and who will like us, etc., etc. Okay, so these are all shifts in you. Okay, whatever is going to happen in the world, however people are going to try to do to you, whatever they're going to say to you, for whatever reason they're going to say it, we can't control that. Okay, we can't control that, but we can 100% control our reactions, and whether we empower those people to impact us negatively, or whether we go back to our self-value and self-purpose, and make that the strongest guiding light that we have. Okay, and particularly in as I say, in these times, in this space capsule with your teammates, for several months, how can we get through this? How can we survive it unless we do this kind of stuff? Okay, and that's why I think this is all important. And as I say, it's all about the shift in you. Okay, only you can do this. I can't give you a cream or a button or a magic bullet or anything, to change this. Okay, I've gone on too long. Anyway, so that's kind of it for now. But this is kind of the shift. As I say, don't beat yourself up if you don't know yet what your self-value and self-purpose are. Okay, and they will probably change over time. Okay, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. So it's they're not. It's not set in stone. It's not for life. It's not either or. You'll probably end up doing several things if you've got several purposes or several values. That's perfectly normal, perfectly correct. As I say, it's not choosing between them. It's just what order or what's most appropriate in whatever circumstance. Okay, but these are all changes in you. Okay, so just to finish off, because I've already gone over, I just found this today. I don't particularly like the music that much. I like the intro. I didn't like it when they went into thrash metal or whatever it was. But this is a band, and they're actually all over the world. Actually, they're not even in the same country, half of them. But they did a concert. They did a gig, using digital methods. Okay. And and you can see we've got a drummer in one country, and we got a bass player in another, or he might be a guitarist. No, he's a bass player. And we've got a saxophonist here, and etc. etc. And they played live, and you can see they got 234,000 views, which is probably more than they'd get down their local pub. and they were liked so much they got 8,300 comments and 2,700 shares. So people really liked what they were doing. And as I say, they're all over the world, so they couldn't even normally do a concert together. Or at least I think, they're certainly in some different countries. So they couldn't normally do a concert together, and they've done a digital concert, with, as I say, 234,000 views. And I presume they rehearse, in this same way. So I don't know if this is going to come out, or if the music is going to come out. I'll just play it. Oops, the introduction. Here we go.
Senjores, dobrodošli, welcome. Ovo je, this is, drugi tradicionalni, second traditional dubioza kolektiv karantin show. Večeras sa nama, on drums, Senad Šuta from Pula, Croatia. On bass, Velja Mujagić from Sarajevo, Bosnia. On saxophone, Mario Ševarac from Trebinje, Hercegovina. Vocals, Almire Nadis from Zenica. Gitara, Žera Šavel, Murska Sobota, Slovenia. My name is Brano and I will be your host here in Zabrđe. And our special guest tonight, Mr. Robbie Kilobyte.
Future very bright. I'm just a machine, it doesn't matter. I can make your system much, much better. I am electromechanical, humanoid. Fuck boy 6, fuck Android. Future you can't avoid. You will be happily unemployed.
Anyway, then it went heavy metal. So I don't know if you could hear that or not, but anyway. But yeah, the point is, in these isolated times, a band come together digitally. They're in all different countries. They got more views than they'd ever get, even if they were, together, and more views than if they were in the local pub. So, these are the opportunities, that come to us. Okay. And again, it's just, they decided somehow that they would do this, even though they were in different countries and they've rehearsed and they, found the technical means to do this. And, and they put on a concert, 234,000 views. I just noticed actually it was over 400,000 on the live page. And there we go. So these are the opportunities available to you. And this comes about because they decided, what their purpose was and what their values were. And regardless of, idiots like me who don't like thrash metal, that they were going to do it. Okay, so I like the intro, I like the heavy bit. But anyway, that's just me. But as I say, 400,000 views and likes and all that sort of stuff. Pretty amazing. Okay, but that's the opportunity, that's available, to us. So we'll talk about that next time. So I just thought that was really endearing and encouraging, because I want to do something like that myself. And there we go. But anyway, all of this requires a shift in you, and and in these particular circumstances, this particular opportunity, these are even more important than they always were. These were always important. If you want a happy, fulfilling life, they were always going to be important. As I say, it's very hard, when your heroes are, let you down and they hurt you and they, they don't appreciate and all that kind of stuff. And again, these are the cures, okay? These are the two most important things, and I'm going to leave you, to work that out. Anyway, if you've enjoyed that, if you found that helpful, then please comment on YouTube or Facebook. Let me know, because that's you giving me some feedback and some encouragement. And I know that I'm not, wasting my time. So that's it, and I shall see you next time. And bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.